Assalomu alaykum, hurmatli o'quvchilar. Hi everyone, welcome back, and we're going to continue our lesson 14, part 2. We will be reading and learning new words, Uzbek words from the context. Remember, we started reading Asal Aralar Qidiruvda book. So we'll continue our fairy tale. Let's practice our past tense. Remember, we have covered uyg'onmoq. Uyg'onmoq means to wake up, right? How would you say, for example, if you wanted to say, I got up or I woke up, for example, men uyg'ondim, sen uyg'onding, u uyg'ondi, biz uyg'ondik, siz uyg'ondingiz, ular uyg'ondilar. For example, let's use the word erta. Erta means early, right? Let's practice here. Men erta uyg'ondim. Yoki men kech uyg'ondim. Kech means late, right? Kech. Men kech uyg'ondim. Siz qachon uyg'ondingiz? For example, if I wanted to make a question. Siz qachon uyg'ondingiz? Men erta uyg'ondim. Right? If you wanted to answer. Let's continue. Olmajon, biz bechora asarlar uchun biron nimang yo'qmi? Qishdan ochiqib chiqdik. Yo'q, dedi ularga olma daraxti. Sizlar juda erta keldinglar. Mening gullarim hali kurtak ichida yotibdi. Loladan so'rab ko'ringlar. Let me read again. Olmajon. Sometimes people call with their names like Dilnoza Jon, right? Not common, but you could say that. Olmajon. Biz bechora asarlar uchun biron nimang yo'qmi? Qishdan ochiqib chiqdik. Yo'q, dedi ularga olma daraxti. Sizlar juda erta keldinglar. Mening gullarim hali kurtak ichida yotibdi. Loladan so'rab ko'ringlar. So as you can see from the picture, there is a conversation, right? The bee is asking Olmajon here to refer to the apple tree, right? So, biz bechora. Bechora means poor, but here is like, like we poor bees. Do you have anything for us? Right? Biron nimang yo'qmi? Do you have anything at all for us, for this poor bees, for us? Qishdan. Qish, remember, was winter, right? Qishdan ochiqib chiqdik. Ochiqib means hungry, to be hungry. Mening qornim ochdi, we usually say, right? Mening qornim juda ham ochdi. I'm very hungry. So, yo'q. Yo'q means no. You already know. And said the apple tree, right? Sizlar juda erta. Remember we talked about erta? Erta means early. You came very early. My flowers are still. Kurtak, remember we talked about kurtak urg'uncha, bud. Ichida yotibdi. They're still in the little buds. Ask please. Tulip. Loladan so'rab ko'ringlar. So'ramoq means to ask somebody, right? Yangi so'zlar. Bechora. Let's practice. Poor. Bechora. You could use this word when you are talking about poor. For example, bechora. Oh, how poor I am, right? Bechora ginam, we also say. Bechora ginam. If somebody was studying the whole night and you wanted to say bechora ginam, bechora, meaning bechora qizim, usually, right? If she or he works so hard. Erta means early. We also talked about kech, means late, right? Kech. And gullar means flower here. And lola means tulip, right? We kind of have covered the meaning. Again, we're not translating the whole context. The main important thing is here to read, being able to read and recognize important words that you can use in your everyday life. Okay, look at this beautiful picture. Asalarilar Lolaning oldiga uchib borishdi. Uning chiroq g'unchasi ichida mo'ralab qarashdi. Lekin unda ham na hid, na asal bor edi. Let me read it one more time. Asal arilar Lolaning oldiga uchib borishdi. Uning chipor g'unchasi ichiga mo'ralab qarashdi. Lekin unda ham na hid, na asal bor edi. So as you can see, they're not so happy, right? The bees came to the tulip. They just flew to the tulip, close to the tulip, and when they tried to look, g'uncha, here you see, kurtak or g'uncha, like bud, they tried to look right inside, qarashdi. Mo'ralab, they tried to look at it, but they couldn't smell or they couldn't find any honey. That's very interesting. Here I want you to know, again, Lola means tulip. Uchmoq means to fly. Uchmoq. Right? We talked about g'uncha. Ichida means among or inside something. They looked. Mo'ralab means sometimes if you want to just, look from the door and try to see something. Qaramoq means to look at something. Hid means smell. Asal means honey. Okay? Asal arilar ma'yus va och holicha uylariga qaytib uchib ketmoqchi edilar. Buta ostidan mo'ralab turgan ko'rimsizgina to'q zangori gulga ko'zlari tushib qoldi. Bu binafsha edi. U asalariga xushbo'y hid va shirin sharbat to'la kosasini tutdi. Very interesting. One more time. Asal arilar ma'yus va och holicha uylariga qaytib uchib ketmoqchi edilar. Buta ustidan mo'ralab turgan ko'rimsizgina to'q zangori gulga ko'zlari tushib qoldi. Bu binafsha edi. U asalarilarga xushbo'y hid va shirin sharbat to'la kosasini tutdi. Interesting, right? So what happened here? Ma'yus means upset or sad, to be sad, right? Men ma'yusman, you could say. Today I'm very upset or sad. They were trying to go home or to fly back home when they were upset, right? But what happened? They saw something, right? Zangare means kind of bluish, dark blue. They tried to see something. They looked at the bluish flower, right? And it was binafsha. Binafsha means violet. And it was so smelling good. Hushboy. Or we say shirin, right? Hushboy means something smelling good. Hit means smell. Shirin, sweet, right? Sharbat, juice. Sometimes sharbat. Tola means full, like full of glass. Kosa means bowl, right? So let's see what happened. So they saw the violet because violet was smelling so good and it was so sweet, right? As if it was holding the bowl, full of bowl, right? Asalarilar to'yib yeb ichdilar-da, xursand bo'lishib uylariga uchib ketishdi. As usual, our story, our fairy tale ended up with good endings, right? So what happened? They were so happy. Bees were so happy. They were full. They ate, they drank, and they were so happy. And then they flew back to their house. So here I want you to pay attention. Like toyib means, when you're full, when you're so you had enough. Yemoq from the verb yemoq means to eat. Ichmoq means to drink, and we will cover. Xursand bo'lmoq. Xursand bo'lmoq is a set expression, means to be happy, to be pleased. Uy means home. Uchmoq, again, to fly, right? And let's practice. Hid means smell or scent, right? Ma'yus, sad, upset. Qaytmoq, to return. Men qaytaman or men qaytdim, if you want to practice your verbs. Yeb, ichmoq, eat and drink, right? But yemoq means to eat. Yemoq, yeb, or yemoq. Yeb ichmoq. It's a set expression. Yeb ichdingizmi means like did you eat enough or like drink and eat. Xursand bo'lmoq. Xursand bo'lmoq means to be happy. Uchib ketmoq means to fly. And uchmoq also means to fly, right? If you wanted to use as infinitive. Uchib ketmoq's kind of like the motion, like the movement. Sharbat means juice. Okay, please feel free to stop. Read it again. The important part of this context was reading new words, reading new stories, and remembering our animals. And we talked about bees this time. Please feel free to learn new words and we'll practice them again. Xayr, salomat bo'ling. Ko'rishguncha.